Good evening. This is Ed Pixon together with Kenita Henson for the game between San Miguel Beer and Shell Rimilex. Just in case you're wondering about the lateness of the hour, as far as this first game is concerned, well, we did have a power interruption earlier this afternoon, which lasted for about 45 minutes. That caused a delay, which is why we are only starting the third quarter at this time. And this is what happened in the first two quarters of the ball game. Kenita, if you please.
San Miguel Beer shooting 52% from the floor, getting a lot of those points around the basket, also setting up picks for each other. That's why you have San Miguel Beer leading the assist department 14-6. They're looking for the extra pass and a high percentage shot. That's why they're shooting 52% from the floor compared to only 41% for Shell. Shell going with a lot of big players. That's also the big reason why the Turbochargers had a 29-20 edge in rebounding. But because they didn't have enough small men who are more mobile than the taller players, they were only able to get 6 assists. They were also slapped with 9 turnovers.
As we start the third quarter, San Miguel Beer still in the driver's seat, although with a much smaller margin now at 6 points, 50-44. Ato Agustin sees Eric Martin inside. The kick out to Hector Calma. Ronnie Manzanac is on him. Alan Kaidik against Jojo Martin. The jumper by Alan hits the mark. And that is a triple B for the trigger man.
And that time, good execution on the part of San Miguel Beer. You notice a lot of movement in the offense, a lot of movement without the ball.
Jerome Lane now asks for the pass, looks around, looking for the open man.
And they're double teaming him.
Bong Alvarez, Jojo Martin, Benji Paras. Yes.
Combination off the glass. Something that has worked well for Coach Joe Lipa in this game.
53-46, a 7-point lead by San Miguel Beer. Hector Calma. The closest that Shell has come to San Miguel was at a deadlock at 16 all. That has not been repeated. Bong Alvarez stepping on the gas pedal. And the lead is down to 5 at 53-48.
Jerome Lane now working overtime in defense, making it difficult for Eric Martin to put up his shots from inside.
Here comes Eric Martin. Jerome Lane just stands there. And Eric Martin, he gave him the shot.
And a smart move by Eric Martin. Previously, he couldn't get the shot to fall in from up close. Now, Jerome Lane is not challenging that outside shot of Eric Martin.
We're slowly finding out that Martin does have an accurate medium-range jumper. Bong Alvarez loses control as Hector Calma swipes it. Off now to Alvin Teng. Here's Alan Kaidik. Back to Hector Calma.
And here's a steal. Alan Kaidik doing the honors.
And Hector is open.
Back-to-back baskets by Hector Calma. He's got 8 points in this basketball game.
And all of a sudden, San Miguel Beer up again in double digits at 59-48, an 11-point advantage for the red shirts. 9:35 to go, third quarter action. Here's Jerome Lane. There's the double team. Bong Alvarez gets the kick out. Benji Panas for the jumper. And the loose ball tapped from behind. Looked like Hector Calma touched it last. But referee De Dios will reverse his decision, as it was very clear from our vantage point. And it was Hector Calma from behind. There you go.
That's right. Well, hindi kasi nakita nung referee, no, underneath the basket because there were a lot of bodies blocking him.
Yes.
But Paila Desma, who was behind, saw it happen, and that's why he convinced the other referee to change the call. And that's what you call good teamwork, good coordination on the part of the referees.
And a good move by Jerome Lane against Alvin Teng, taking advantage of the single coverage at that particular point. Cuts the lead down to 9 at 59-50. The biggest lead in this game was 14 points by San Miguel Beer early in the second quarter. Eric Martin is inside. Nice curl to the left, but it's blocked by Benji Paras. Ronnie Magsanak sees Bong Alvarez. Alvarez breezes by Hector Calma. And the lead is down again to 7 at 59-52.
Mr. Excitement getting the job done here for Shell.
Well, it's been quite some time since Bong Alvarez has waxed hot for Shell in that last game that they had couple of nights ago, he was off on offense, which certainly did not help the Shell cause that lost in the game against Pure Foods. And another fast break play by Shell. Magsanok to Paraz. And the lead is cut down to 5 at 59-54. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third.
Now the shoe's on the other foot, because in the first half it was San Miguel Beer that was playing at a breakneck pace, and this time it's Shell, but Alan Kaidik once more connecting from way outside.
Simple solution to that run by Shell. Get the ball to Alan Kaidik, give him a split second of an opening, and you've got it made. Another 8-point lead here for San Miguel Beer at 62-54. Lane asking for the pass inside, tapped by Alvin Teng. Benji Paras having some problems. Paras takes it inside, stretch is no good. Eric Martin sees Alan Kaidik. We've got a 2-on-1 here. Kaidik against Magsanok. Alan Kaidik.
And you notice the way Alan Kaidik moved over to the left side. You know that he's left-handed. He wanted to protect the ball with his body. He knew that Ronnie Magsanok was at his right side. So he took the ball to his strong side and laid it in easily with his left hand. Smart move.
10-point lead here for San Miguel. 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third. Jerome Lane attacking Alvin Teng, and that'll send Lane to the line. Second personal on Teng.
Some facts about Jerome Lane as we see this replay of that sequence. 27 years old, weighs 235 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
You can say that again.
And he was on the U.S. team that played at the Pan American Games in 1987. In his 5-year NBA career, he played for the Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee Bucks, and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Now with the Shell Rebel X turbochargers, he seems on his way to improving his free throw shooting.
Big difference here in the steals department. Marami kasi mandurukot dyan sa San Miguel, ano?
Huh?
Oh, gusto ko sabihin sa, ano, sa steals lang. Ito naman, oh.
I thought this was another expose of yours. Inside pass broken up by Shell. Bong Alvarez 3 steps ahead. Paul Alvarez now getting in the groove as he cuts the lead down to 6 at 64-58.
Now, this is a big offensive adjustment on the part of Joe Lipa. And he's, you know, you notice that there is a battle of wits going on here. As both coaches trying to outwit each other. Coach Joe Lipa now has Bong Alvarez playing the first man on the fast break attack. And he's using Jerome Lane now as someone who can sweep up the boards and then throw the outlet, get Bong Alvarez running on the break, get open court situations for him.
Alvin Teng with good anticipation there. Back to Alan Kaidik. Kaidik's pass ripped off by Ronnie Magsanok. Magsanok forward to Bong Alvarez again. Nice drop pass to Chris Bade. Bong Alvarez, presence of mind. And the lead is back down to 6 at 66-60. 5 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the third period. Remember our second game. It's a biggie. The clash of the leaders, Alaska versus Pure Foods, after this game.
That's right, and both clubs with 10 victories so far here in this conference.
We have a timeout by Norman Black. San Miguel will be working with only 8 seconds on the shot clock as that ball went out. But did it go off the foot of somebody? If it did, then they'll have to reset the shot clock to 25. So the San Miguel Beer players saying that the ball went off somebody's foot and the shot clock should have been reset. But it's not going to happen anyway. 8 seconds on the shot clock. San Miguel by 6. Benji Paras with a big rebound after Ronnie Magsanok. Top of the key, 3-point shot by Ronnie's offline. And Alan Kaidik gets to it. Here comes Franz Pumaren. Bong Alvarez beating him halfway. Alan Kaidik, the snap shot, no good. And Chris Bade has the rebound off the Bong Alvarez now from Ronnie Magsanok. What a shot, Bong Alvarez.
He creates so much excitement when he goes up for the hoop. It's like he's walking in air.
Alvarez has 12 points in the game, 8 of them here in the third quarter, and it looks like an offensive foul is called on Alan Kaidik. That will be number 4 on him. Curtis Wright, number 4 on the trigger man.
De La Cruz quickly being dispatched here. The sideline, Alan Kaidik.
Just a 4-point lead now by San Miguel Beer. Alan Kaidik has had 3 offensive fouls in this game, a total of 4 personals. Chris Bade, hesitant move, very tentative that time.
Easily anticipated there.
Open shot for Ato Agustin won't go. Ronnie Magsanok starting the break. Benji Parra, sidestepping move against Eric Martin, no less. And the lead is down to 2. Remember, San Miguel Beer has been in the driver's seat since we started the game. The closest that Shell has come in this ball game was a deadlock sometime in the first quarter at 16 all. That was the first and only deadlock that we've had. And now this is just a 2-point lead by San Miguel Beer. Coach Joe Lipa sends in Eric Altamirano for Chris Bade.
Well, this is a reawakened Shell crew that Coach Joe Lipa has on the floor. They're certainly playing much faster basketball than in the first half.
Eric Martin with a lot of patience in that particular move. And that gives the San Miguel Beermen a bit of a sigh of relief for the moment, since they are up by 4 again, but Shell is on the attack. Here comes Jerome Lane getting away from Alvin Tang. No help defense inside.
Now, Ed, you notice that Coach Joe Lipa now has 2 point guards playing at the same time.
Right.
He likes the tempo that Bong Alvarez has created, and he'd like to go with that kind of a tempo here, and that's why he's got Altamirano and Ronnie Magsanok now playing the backcourt together.
Meantime, we have a timeout by Joe Lipa. Great Friday crowd on hand here for our doubleheader. You can see that up in the bleachers, they're really packed. Right now, it's the game between San Miguel Beer and Shell, and everyone is excited. They'll get even more excited when we go to the second game, which will feature Pure Foods versus Alaska.
Ed, it looks like the fans heard you earlier. You invited the fans to come over to the Astrodome, and at that time, the Astrodome was half filled. Now we've almost got a full house. I think we're about maybe 90% full to capacity right now.
That's correct. Well, despite the traffic and all, Ronnie Magsanok. Parang yung the-cross ng finish line pagkatapos yung tape hindi naputol.
Para na clothesline wrestling.
Yun,
third quarter field goal shooting. 8 out of 14 for San Miguel Beer. 10 out of 13 by Shell. And let me make a footnote here. Those 10 field goals by Shell were all scored inside the paint.
All right, and that's where Shell is most effective at this juncture. Nice block by Dong Polistico and Jerome Lane. 17 seconds on the shot clock of Shell.
And Jerome Lane will remember that block for a long time. I think next time he takes a shot with Dong Polistico there, he'll remember that.
Ronnie Magsanok asking for the pass. He's up against Trans Pumaran. They've got 9 on the shot clock. Ronnie Magsanok gets open for a 3. No. Good line, but a bit short. Eric Martin gives San Miguel Beer another 4-point lead.
Now in that sequence, Jerome Lane, lagging behind the defense, did not come back down on defense, allowing Eric Martin the easy 2 points on the slam dunk.
70-66 for San Miguel. Jerome Lane runs into Dong Polistico. Got a lucky break there, that shot. But here comes Eric Martin. Sees Ato Agustin underneath. Again, San Miguel Beer running at breakneck speed. And running down Shell in that particular sequence. Back to a 4-pointer by the Beermen.
Well, they're taking advantage of Jerome Lane not getting down quick enough on defense.
Polistico and Lane jockeying for position here at low post. There's the double team on Lane. Lane will force the issue against Dong Polistico and pick up the foul from Polistico. Third personal on the big guy of San Miguel Beer.
Let's look at that again. And he was double teamed. And he was hacked.
Well, Dong Polistico certainly was not doing the foxtrot there. Ronnie Magsanok pulled down in favor of Jojo Martin. Eric Altamirano will move off to the point guard position.
Magsanok, not a good shooting night for him. He's only got
Not at all.
2 points. And he has gone 1 out of 6 from the floor. And you can sense that Ronnie Magsanok is in a very poor shooting slump. Jerome Lane.
And a jump of the missed free throw by Jerome Lane. By the way, Ronnie Magsanok has an ice pack applied in his back, probably after that nasty fall. And Jerome Lane is getting bothered by Dong Polistico's.
And Jerome Lane looking at Dong Polistico saying, "Hey, what's your problem, man?" Sabi ni Dong Polistico, you're my problem.
Wala na pa problema pa eh.
Hindi, meron nga eh. Si Jerome Lane ang problema niya.
All right, it will go to San Miguel with 1 minute and 54 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A 3-point lead by San Miguel at 72-69. Ato Agustin. Nice pass to Eric Martin, but he's covered by Benji Paras and Bong Alvarez with a shot block. Eric Altamirano picks it up. Back to Bong Alvarez. Benji Paras inside. Dong Polistico clips him. And Norman Black is fuming why there was no traveling call on Bong Alvarez.
Well, there should have been a traveling call that time because he picked up the ball after he lost the handle. That ball should have fallen on the floor first, and then he'll be allowed to pick it up. But since it didn't bounce, I think there should have been a traveling violation on that sequence.
Anyways, Benji Paras at the free throw line. A 3-point lead by San Miguel Beer at 72-69. 1:34 remaining in the third. Jerome Lane is talking to Dong Polistico.
I think he's telling him to just play it clean.
Yeah.
We're just earning a living here, sabi ni Jerome Lane. You don't have to hurt me.
Sabi siguro ng Dong Polistico, iba sa inyo, iba sa amin sa Mindanao. Eric Martin with the rebound.
Controlling the rebound. Ano nangyari doon? Bigla bumagsak talaga
si Dong at saka si Eric. But the foul is called on Bong Alvarez.
Now Alvarez has sparked this surge by Shell. He's gone 4 out of 4 here in the third period.
Norman Black has assessed a technical foul by referee Baila Desma.
Norman Black feeling the pressure now. And earlier we didn't see this captured on your screens, but Jerome Lane and Norman Black talking to each other. Could be Jerome Lane was telling Norman Black, "Tell your boy to ease off me." Sabi niya. And I think he was referring to Dong Polistico's very physical defense.
Right now, the lead is down to 1, 72-71. A minute and a half to go in the third. Here's Ato Agustin coming to the ball.
It's a trapping defense now that Shell has employed.
Art de la Cruz against Jojo Martin. Here comes Franz Pumaren. He's the guy that they'd like the ball to go to. Pumaren. Here's Agustin. Bong Alvarez putting the check on him, and that's going to be the second personal foul on Bong Alvarez. No penalty shot since Shell only has 3 team fouls. San Miguel already with 5.
Now before this personal, Franz Pumaren almost lost the handle on the basketball. Might have been a violation there, but it also wasn't called.
Eric Martin from the quarter court missed everything. Jerome Lane sees Bong Alvarez a bit long, and Pumaran bounces it off, rather Alvarez bounces it off Pumaran, but Alvarez hit the...
well, he hit the back support.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't break his fall on time. Now he's telling his teammates to just let him alone, let him get up on his own. Look at this move by Bong Alvarez, and he fell on a couple of photographers there. You see him being cradled by a couple of photographers.
Okay lang kung photographer. Ang mahirap kung camera yung binagsakan niya, masakit yun.
Oo. Eh, hindi lang mga Instamatic ang mga dala ng mga cameramen natin dito.
Oh. So they're still crowding around Bong Alvarez there, and well, the 30-second injury timeout has already elapsed. So what's it going to be? Did they...
well, Alvarez is still on the floor. He's slowly getting up now.
Well, remember that Alvarez has only played a few games.
Well, he also has played the entire third period so far, and he has been the spark plug here behind the Shell uprising. Look at this move.
That was a real hard ball.
And look at him grimacing in pain. You can't say enough about the effort that Bong Alvarez put here in the third period.
Well, Ronnie Magsanok has been sent in for him. Jerome Lane inside against Dong Polizico. A left-handed shot by Jerome Lane.
Well,
and for the first time in this ball game, Shell is in the lead. 73-72, 45 seconds remaining in the third.
Ed, you call that brute strength on the part of Jerome Lane, empowering his way to the hoop.
Illegal defense is called on Benji Paras. I believe that'll be a technical. So, a free throw here for San Miguel Beer. With 37.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Agustin with the free throw, and we are deadlocked at 73, only the second standoff in this game. First one at 16 all. Vance Pumaran sees Eric Martin cutting in, but a good anticipation there by Jerome Lane. And looks like a foul is going to be called on Art de la Cruz. That will be his third. Penalty situation on San Miguel Beer with half a minute to go. Deadlocked count at 73. All right, let's listen now to Ronnie Nathaniels with an update on what's happening at the bench of Shell.
No, we'll get that report from Ronnie Nathaniels later on. And the Benji Paras is now at the stripe. Remember, 30 seconds to go before the end of the third period, and the score is tied.
Foul is called on Eric Altamirano. That'll be his second.
Hawak lang, hawak lang. Now Shell still has a foul to give before entering the penalty situation.
Let him go first. Let him go.
1-on-1 now. Ato Agustin versus Ronnie Magsanok. 16 seconds remaining in the game clock. 11 on the shot clock. And another illegal defense call on Shell.
No offensive foul on the screen now.
Eric Martin staying way outside, and Benji Paras did not follow Eric Martin. He was guarding space, not his man. And that is why Agustin is at the free throw line for the technical free throw on the illegal defense violation.
Last shot.
Well, you heard the voice of Coach Norman Black telling his boys to go for the last shot. 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and a deadlock count at 74. Agustin leaves Magsanok behind. 3 seconds to go in the third. Ronnie Magsanok tries to go for it, almost made it two, and an alley-oop from way out. The score is tied at the end of the third quarter. Stay tuned for the fourth after these.